Hi everyone, Stepan here. I'm going to play another 15+10 game. It's actually my third one today. So you will be watching this video like tomorrow, but I have some more time and I'm finally alone. So if you've seen my previous video or the one before that, the situation is extremely chaotic at the moment because Lucia and I have been traveling for a while at the seaside, and we had a lot of little trips planned, nothing too exciting, but as I mentioned before, she's an animator and she makes cartoons, and her film was on 2 different festivals in the last 10 days, and tomorrow it's on in another one, so we are going there, and I don't think I'll be able to play any games or record, at least until we get settled in, because we're staying at a hostel which they are providing for her because she's one of the artists at the festival, and I'm just coming along like a suitcase, but I want to be a suitcase that doesn't have to be somewhere quiet and play chess, because that's not going to happen. We went there last year as well, and there's a lot of people and there's a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you've ever been to a film festival, but I mean, I've only been as I was accompanying her, so I was actually okay. I'll play the Caro-Kann. So I was actually I got to meet all the directors and stuff. Okay, never mind. There are no distractions for this game. Let me just see if the video is okay, and then we'll get into the game. Okay, everything should be okay. So, my opponent is playing either the Panov or the exchange. He plays the exchange with knight f3. Okay. This, I have to say, I'm happy to see. Because this is a move... It's not a wasted move, but it allows for bishop g4 at some point. So, the main lines, instead of knight f3, of course, go bishop d3, knight c6. And after c3, knight f6, bishop f4. So he's not claiming both diagonals. So I think I will go knight c6 and then bishop g4. This is a setup I like playing. So I still leave myself with the option to go c4. Okay, this is strange. I don't know this too well. So now I have to be careful. If I go bishop g4, and he goes h3, I'm gonna have to take it, because if I go bishop h5, he goes g4 and has knight e5. Yeah, I also wanted to mention I've been doing really well during the last, I think I won my last 6 or 7 games, so I'm getting really excited, and it's been a confidence boost for me because of my poor tournament performance recently. I know it's not even close, but I'm happy that I'm doing well, so I want to continue doing well, so I'll try to concentrate. Okay, so if I go bishop g4, I mean, I've played positions like this 100 times, but I'm never sure about the move order in these non-theoretical exchange Caro-Kanns. So bishop g4, does he have any tricks? He could go c4, and then if I go e6, he has queen a4. So bishop g4, c4, e6, queen a4, rook c8, knight e5. I don't like that. I'm never sure about these positions. Bishop g4, c4. Maybe I should just go knight f6 there to make sure my bishop can go back. However, he then has knight e5, attacking my bishop after queen a4, that is. So bishop g4, c4, knight f6, queen a4, takes on f3, takes on c6. So that shouldn't work. I really need to... Okay. As soon as this game finishes, I'm going to look at these lines in detail. Some of it I'll do during the video. I know I've lost many games. I've played online casually from a position like this, so I'm going to be careful now. Maybe I should go queen a5 to force knight c3. Because this isn't the main line. This has to be bad for some reason, or at least inferior to the main lines. I don't like bishop g4. Bishop g4, c4. I would like to play bishop g4 and then e6. Bishop g4, c4, e6, queen a4, rook c8, knight e5 wins for white. I think that much is clear. So I cannot do that. Or against bishop g4, c4, I have to take on f3. Bishop g4, can he go knight e5 straight away? Bishop g4, knight e5, bishop d1, knight c6, bc6, bishop d7, queen d7, bishop d7. Okay, that should be okay, I feel. Bishop g4, knight e5, bishop d1, bishop c6, bc6. Yeah, okay. On knight c6, I don't have to take. I could play queen d7, so he cannot play knight e5 straight away. So bishop g4, c4, takes on f3, queen f3, knight f6, bishop g4, c4, bishop f3, queen f3, knight f6. Seems okay. I gave up the bishop pair, but I don't have problems on the diagonal. I'm wasting way too much time. I'm going to play bishop g4 because I think it works. So I'm expecting c4. I don't think knight e5 works. I should really know this position, but I have to be honest, I don't know it well. And as I said, I got punished in a position like this many times. And it's hard to talk and think straight. c4. So now if I play e6, I lose the game. So that much I know. So I think I have to take on f3. Or knight f6. But I think I have to take on f3. Because if I go knight f6, he goes queen a4. Okay, so I'm going to take on f3. Because I don't want to run into knight e5. Okay, at least now he doesn't have queen a4. So now I can play knight f6 and I can safely play e6. Okay, now there are no tricks. So I gave up the bishop pair, but that's common in the Caro-Kann, in the exchange. I'm 5 minutes down on the clock. That's a bad thing. And he may have c5. Okay, so I want to go e6 and probably just bishop e7. Eventually I'm going to have a threat. I'm going to be threatening takes on d4. So I feel like I'm going to have some compensation for the bishop pair because his center could be weak. Okay, he plays c5 straight away. That's probably the best move. Okay, e6 is normal. I feel like I have to go e6. And then once I castle, I will go for b6 at some point. Maybe rook c8 and b6. I need to start breaking this up. Okay, this is normal. I'm gonna go bishop e7. He will be... Well, if he plays b4 now, then I can castle. And then I'm good. I'm threatening both pawns, knight d4 and knight b4. He would have to take. Then I have b6. So this is very common in the Panov Caro-Kann. But in the Panov I have my bishop on e6. Or back on c8. So this is a very standard idea of a queenside pawn majority. But in this case I think it's a bit more advantageous for black. Because he hasn't castled yet. His queen is on f3, he has no control over e5. And d4 is extremely weak. And if he gives up this bishop and then plays b4, then I have no way to undermine c5, but I have the open b file. So I feel like I should be okay here. He cannot come into d6 if he takes on c6, because there is no knight b5. Okay, castles, I'm just going to castle. And he probably takes on c6, I mean, or plays bishop e3. Why would he give up a pawn like this? This is just a blunder. I'm not happy he did this. Why did he blunder like this? I'm really mad at him. He should have taken some time. This is just a blunder. He just gave up his light squared bishop and lost this guy, and it's just his position is collapsing now. And I'm threatening to win the exchange. Ah, come on. He just wasn't paying attention. It was an interesting game. I'm extremely upset. I mean, I know that I have a winning position now, but it's just stupid. He should have taken a second to understand that I unpinned my knight. To even take on c5. Could just take on c5 here. I think I'm gonna take on c5, just to get rid of his pawn majority. The question is, does he have knight a4 there? No, because I can take on b5, but once he moves his bishop, he may have knight a4. Okay, bishop c5, what can he do? If knight a4, knight b5. If bishop a4, then just knight c6 seems okay. If bishop e3, then knight b5 again. And, okay, bishop e3, knight b5. Okay, so what I'm calculating is bishop c5, bishop e3, knight b5, bishop c5, knight c3, bishop f8. That's not good. So I have to be slightly careful. Bishop c5, bishop e3. Can I go queen b6? If knight a4, I play queen b5. That should be good. Bishop c5, bishop e3, queen b6. Knight a4, queen b5, seems okay. Can he go b4? He can go b4. So bishop c5, bishop e3, queen b6, b4, and then if knight b5, bishop c5. Huh. Bishop c5, bishop e3. Let's look at knight b5 again. knight b5, bishop c5, knight c3, bishop f8, queen f8. I'm down the exchange for 2 pawns. I don't want to allow that. I'm really worried about bishop e3 here. So bishop c5, bishop e3, queen b6. I'm worried about b4. And I'm wasting too much time. Bishop c5, bishop e3. I cannot go knight b5 there. I cannot go queen b6 because of b4. Yeah, I cannot do that, so I'll just have to go back to c6. I don't want to take this bishop because that activates his queen. So knight c6, controlling e5, threatening bishop c5. Or takes, queen takes. Yeah, okay, I'm just going knight c6. I don't want to play bishop c5. I'm too afraid of bishop e3 and of b4 later. I played knight c6 instead of knight takes bishop because this bishop is slightly misplaced and this knight is great, and I'm also preventing b4. So he has to defend this pawn with bishop e3 or with the queen. And if he plays bishop e3, I go rook c8. Or no, sorry, bishop e3 loses to d4. Yeah, because bishop c6 takes and then takes and takes. I forgot to get a glass of water. Now I'm thirsty. I have 5 minutes 33. He has 12 minutes. So there's actually no way to defend the pawn. He has to play bishop c6 to defend the pawn. He has to take on c6. Because bishop e3 loses, queen e3 loses again to d4, b4 loses a pawn. So he has to take on c6, I feel. And I think having my pawn on c6 is more beneficial than having it on b7, because I'm blocking his majority and I can put pressure on the b file. It's going to be it would have been really hard to put pressure on the c pawn. I think putting pressure on the b2 pawn will be much easier. But instead of knight c6, okay, I'm going to look at bishop c5 again because I'm not convinced by my own calculation. So bishop c5, bishop e3. If I play queen b6, he doesn't play knight a4, losing the bishop on b5. He plays b4, attacking my bishop. And then if knight b5, bishop c5 attacks the queen. And I'm losing. And if on b4 I play bishop b4, he plays bishop d4, attacking the queen. And again I'm losing. And if bishop c5, bishop e3, knight b5, so I took one piece, he plays bishop c5, taking, yeah, he has to do this. Okay, he takes bishop c5. Okay, b4 now. Okay, I need to get into this game now. So b4 here is a mistake. He should have played queen d4 because now I have a5. I think a5 just works because he doesn't have a3. He will have to play bishop a3 or queen d4. So a5, if he plays b5, I can play bishop c5, or I can, take on b5 first. And if knight b5, bishop c5, if queen b5, then rook b8. He doesn't have queen. Okay, I'm just playing a5 because I have no time. Of course, the point is he doesn't have a3 because the rook is hanging. So a5 is the only way to defend. Excuse me, b5 is the only way to defend, but it doesn't work because I just take. And on queen b5, I have rook b8. And on queen c6, I have rook c8 winning the pawn. Maybe he should just give up the pawn and play for knight b6, but that doesn't work because I can then take on c5. Okay, so I'll just take. Queen takes and queen a5 should work. Queen a5 works. Queen a5, maybe rook a5. Rook a5, bishop e3. Queen a5. Queen a5 works. I have to play quickly. So takes, takes. Knight a4 doesn't work. Bishop e3 doesn't work. I just take. Five minutes on the clock. He has 10. I hate being down on the clock. He doesn't have bishop a3 because I take it. He doesn't have rook b1 because I take and take on c5. If he moves the queen, let's say to b2, yeah, now I don't take on c5, I play d4. Now I play d4 because the rook is undefended. I go d4, what does he do? There's nothing he can do, I'm gonna go d4. His rooks are not connected. Yeah, that's it. Is there any defense I'm missing? What? Okay. I mean, thank you. Yeah, this was a weird game. I mean, he blundered horribly, obviously. Let me expand the thing. Whoa, what did I do? I want you to see the live book. Okay, this should be good. Let's see. So yeah, knight f3 is already, in my opinion, slightly inaccurate because it's not as critical. So bishop b5, yeah, okay. Bishop g4, c4, this is what I was afraid of. Wait, people don't take on f3? I'm going to turn on the engine because... Okay, here's what I was afraid of. If I go e6, he goes queen a4. And now I think I... Wait, I can take on f3 here? I didn't think I could do that. Yeah, I never would have gone for this. There's no reason to go for this. But what I was most afraid of is after c4 I go e6, he goes queen a4, and if I do something stupid like knight f6, then I just lose. Okay, so c4, bishop f3 is okay. Queen f3, let me move this away. Knight f6, c5. Okay, he's much better after knight c3. After c5, he's worse. e6, no, he's equal, excuse me. Knight c3, bishop e7, castles, castle. Yeah, now rook e1 is just... Rook e1 is just bad. But okay, let's see this. Can I take on c5? I can take on c5. Okay, I'll show you what I was afraid of. So I was afraid of this. So bishop takes, bishop e3. Wait, I can take on b5? What was I missing? So takes, takes. Ah, I don't have to take on c3. I can play knight d6. Yeah, I didn't see this. I didn't see this. And the other thing was, if I go queen b6, then b4. Yeah, this I saw correctly. This is okay. This is okay. And now I would think white is better. It's slightly better. I thought it was much better. Obviously, I cannot take because I lose. So okay, queen d3, knight c6, blunder. Okay, it's a blunder because I could have taken on c5. Wait, he can go knight a4? I thought he had to take on c6. Okay, knight c6. Bishop c6, bc6. Yeah, b4, just a5. Yeah. Queen d4, a b4, queen b4. Rook b8 was better, but queen a5 is okay. Yeah, now queen b2 just loses to d4. And then he missed mate in 1 with knight e4. This is... I'm really happy. I mean, I don't know if the pool on lichess got weaker or I got stronger or whatever it is. My opponent... Okay, but this opponent blundered, obviously, because he didn't think about his pawn on d4. But I'm just very happy that I'm doing well in the training games. I'll try to do even better. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more chess. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.